In today's world, just learning skills isn't enough. In interviews, you need to stand out and explain why you should be hired. If everyone are learning Python, Java, C++, DSA, projects and everything, what makes you stand out from the crowd? That's why learning in public is really important. It's simple. Share your work on social media like LinkedIn and you can have internship and job opportunities coming from there. So we had a lot of requests from you guys to make a video on how to use LinkedIn effectively so that we can have internship or job opportunities from there itself. To help you with this, we have Shashank Shekhar, who has 22,000 plus followers on LinkedIn, built a business on LinkedIn and helped many aspirants find internships and freelance opportunities using LinkedIn. So before we switch our cameras to Shashank Shekhar, there will be a surprise at this end of the video. So make sure you watch until the end of this video. So let's quickly switch our cameras to Shashank Shekhar. Over to him.
There are two goals of this video. Number one, learn how to optimize your LinkedIn profile. Number two, learn how to find internships and how to apply for these internships. But, before we start, I want to tell you 3 things about LinkedIn that makes it really unique. Number one, it's a global platform with millions of users. It has both job providers and job seekers, making it truly unique, and it is easy for you to find jobs internationally as well. Number two, it's backed by Microsoft, one of the largest tech companies of the world. So that makes LinkedIn very powerful. Number three, it's the only social media platform where majority of its earnings comes from subscription and not ads. The fact that members are willing to pay a subscription fee to LinkedIn makes it really powerful. It's an indication that people are taking the platform very seriously. Now, LinkedIn is a great place to find internships and job opportunities. But before you start applying for these internships and jobs, you need to ensure that your profile is complete and does not look fake. Because if you apply for a job or an internship, there are high chances that the recruiter will open your LinkedIn profile if they find your profile interesting. And in case they open your profile and they see that it is incomplete or looks fake, then your profile will be rejected even before you have a chance to present yourself and the skills to the recruiter. You don't want your profile to look like Angel Priya, do you? Now let's get started with the first part of this video, which is optimizing your LinkedIn profile. Number one, your profile should be updated with the basic details like your name, your photo, your cover picture, the details of your education, meaning which school did you go to, which college did you go to. If you have prior work experience as an intern or if you have built projects, there is a specific section wherein you can add all the projects that you have built, or you can add the internships or the work experience that you have. It is a good idea to have these basic details in place, because again, if it is incomplete, it creates a bad impression. You can use Canva to design a nice profile picture and a cover picture, or there are other designing tools that are easily available on Google. So just go to Google and search for how to create a nice profile picture for LinkedIn or how to have a nice cover picture, and you will find enough resources. Next, skills and certifications. There is a place in LinkedIn where you can add the skills that you have and other people can endorse you for that skills. For example, if you open my LinkedIn profile, you will see that I have mentioned public speaking as one of the skills that I have. And a lot of people in my connections have endorsed me for that skill, highlighting that they think I am good at that particular skill. So update your skills section with the relevant skills that will help you get shortlisted. For example, if you are a front-end developer, adding a skill like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React can help you stand out. Next, certifications. Certifications are a great way to prove your mettle with authenticity. For example, if you have knowledge about JavaScript, you can always get a certificate from websites like Udemy or Coursera that will validate that you have this skill to recruiters. So spend some time earning some certifications and add that on your LinkedIn profile. On the screen, you will be able to see some examples of people who have added certifications which are relevant to their profiles. Now guys, these are some of the most basic things that you need to have in place before you start applying for jobs. If you want inspiration, go to LinkedIn and search for profiles of entrepreneurs, founders, creators, designers, and out of many profiles that you see, you will be able to find enough inspiration such that you can take those inspiration and improve your profile. See, the idea of optimizing your profile is so that it looks good and it is able to effectively communicate who you are. It's like a resume, but a live resume. Now comes the second part of what you need to do after you're done optimizing your profile, which is building connections. Once you're done optimizing your profile, it is a good idea to start connecting with people in your field, and it is an indicator that your profile is authentic. So the question is, what kind of people should I connect with? So there are 6 different kinds of people that you can connect with. Let's start one by one. Number 1, people you look up to. For example, I am connected with a lot of entrepreneurs and venture capitalists. And being connected with them is a source of knowledge for me, because when I read their posts or I read their comments, there is something that I learn every day. So quick tip, connect with people who you are inspired by. Number 2, connect with people who are in the same industry that you are, or in the same industry that you want to get into. For example, if you are a budding developer, it would be a good idea to connect with software developers from different companies like Swiggy, Zomato, Google, Microsoft, Tesla, etc. Being connected with such people again gives you a learning opportunity. At the same time, if you're looking to apply for a company, say I want to apply for a developer role at Microsoft and I'm connected with 200 people from Microsoft, I can perhaps message 10-20 people about, hey, I'm looking to apply for this particular job, can you help me out? And maybe out of these 10-20 people, someone will refer me, thereby increasing the chance of me getting an internship or a job. Number 3, connect with alumni of your school and college. For example, when I was building my business, I was incubated at NSR Cell IIM Bangalore. And when I was building my venture, I connected with a lot of people who are founders and have studied at IIM Bangalore. So if you open up my LinkedIn profile, you will see that I'm connected with hundreds of founders from IIM Bangalore. So connecting with alumni from your school and college can help you widen your network, and the chances of your profile request being accepted increases, because these people would be able to see that you share a common school or college. Number 4, try connecting with people who work at the companies that you want to work at. So for example, if you want to work at Tesla or Apple, a good idea would be to start building connections with the people who are working there slowly, steadily. Because when the D-Day comes, when you want to apply at these companies, again, you can take referrals from the people you're connected with. Number 5, connect with people who share the same talents and hobbies that you have. For example, I love drawing and art and illustration. So a lot of the people I'm connected with on LinkedIn are artists and illustrators. Number 6, HRs and talent acquisition folks. Now, HRs and TAs are the people who usually post job postings on LinkedIn. So if you want to get hired at a company, it would be a good idea to connect with HRs and talent acquisition professionals. Please note, building connections is a slow process. You do not want to start sending hundreds of requests to people in the same day, because if you do that, you will be counted as a spammer and perhaps LinkedIn will block your account. For example, I have 22,000 followers, out of which there are 15,000 connections, and I have been building these connections slowly and steadily over the past 3-4 years of me being active on LinkedIn. So do not rush with this process. Be slow, but be consistent. Now on the screen, you will see a process of how you can find people from your school or college and how can you start sending them connection requests. All right, now that your profile and connections are in place, we can finally go to the part where you are looking to find internships. You will learn how to apply, and most importantly, you will learn how to follow up with these internship opportunities that you have applied for. Number 1, finding internships. So go to LinkedIn, go to the jobs section, type internships in the section, and then there are filters where you can click and you can choose internships, and then LinkedIn will show you all internship related opportunities which are relevant for your profile. So for example, I have a lot of things on my profile which are related to marketing and business. So if I go and search for internships, then perhaps I will be shown marketing and related internships. So if you are an aspiring developer, it is a good idea to add those skills in your profile section, so that when you go and search for internships on the search bar, then you will be shown internships which are relevant to your profile. Now, once you start seeing these jobs, don't start applying to them mindlessly. A common mistake that a lot of people do is they start applying to hundreds and thousands of jobs, click, apply. This is no less than spamming, and the chances of you getting noticed with such a process is going to be very, very minimal. Do not do that. Take some time to read what are the job descriptions, what is it that the company is looking from the intern, and then customize your resume accordingly. For example, if a company is looking to hire an Android developer, then in such cases, just mentioning that you know Java, SQL, etc. will not help. The idea would be for you to highlight that you're good at React or Flutter and have that mentioned at the top of the resume, or perhaps at the top section of the resume, right? Because that way, when the recruiter is going through it, they'll be able to spot it and it will increase the chances of you getting shortlisted. Next step. Now, there are 2 ways in which you can apply for internships or jobs on LinkedIn. Number 1, easy apply. Number 2, apply button. We are going to learn about easy apply and apply in this section. Number 1, easy apply. It is perhaps one of the easiest ways to apply for a job or internship on LinkedIn. So what happens on easy apply is you click on the easy apply button, you will be prompted with a message, and all the details will be pre-filled. So what LinkedIn does is it picks up the details from your profile and it adds it up there. You have the provision to make edits and changes, but it is very easy to apply using Easy Apply on LinkedIn. So you will have options to share your name, email ID, contact number, and then you will be prompted with questions like what is your expected stipend, how much experience do you have. Sometimes there will be questions when they're asking about your skills. Please remember, these questions are qualifier questions. So if a company is looking for somebody who is skilled in Flutter and you do not have Flutter added in your resume or your LinkedIn profile, you will automatically be rejected, right? So Easy Apply is an easy way to apply on LinkedIn. Go ensure that the details are filled out correctly, and then there will be a section where you need to upload your resume. While uploading your resume, please ensure that your resume is optimized as per the job description. Another thing to keep in mind is when you're uploading your resume, please have a note at the file name. In my experience of hiring interns and professionals, what I have seen is sometimes people will just write resume.doc, or the resume file would be named resume1234.doc. Don't do that. Include your name, underscore, and the company for which you're applying. For example, Shashank underscore for underscore Scalar School of Technology. So what happens is it becomes easy for the recruiter to be able to identify your resume from a stack of different resumes. Now, there is a big problem with Easy Apply. Since it is so easy to apply using that Easy Apply button, one big problem with Easy Apply is it is very easy to apply for jobs using this button. And as a result, what happens is there are many applicants for a single job opening, which decreases the chance of you getting noticed. The second way to apply for jobs on LinkedIn is click on the apply button. Now the apply button will take you to an external website. It could be a company's career page, it could be a Google form, or it could be a hiring platform like Zoho Recruit. Now in this case, the details that you want to fill will not be automatically extracted and picked up from your LinkedIn profile. So all the details that the company page or the career page asks for has to be filled manually. Your name, email ID, phone number, location, what are the skills that you have, what is it that you're looking from the job, what is it that you can offer on the table. Sometimes there would be an option where you have to also enter the cover letter along with the resume. So be very careful and mindful when you're filling out these details, because in most cases, the resume screening happens automatically through softwares which are termed as ATS, applicant tracking systems, meaning perhaps an AI system will analyze the resumes that it is getting in bulk, and after the basic shortlisting is done, that is only when the HR or the hiring manager is going to have a look at the resumes. So for example, if a company is looking for SQL developers and your resume does not have mention of SQL, but it just says that I'm good at databases, then there are chances that the ATS software will ignore your resume. So that is why it is very important to customize your resume whenever you are filling out a external job application. Now, all the steps that we have discussed is just one tiny part of the entire process of applying for an internship and getting an internship. Just applying for hundreds of jobs on LinkedIn is not gonna guarantee that you will get an interview call or get shortlisted. There is a lot of work yet to be done. So in this section, we are going to discuss about the additional steps that you can take in order to secure at least a shortlisting call from the hiring company. So what do you do to ensure that you get noticed? I will tell you. Number one, identify who is the person who is hiring for that particular job. So for example, if you look at any job listing, in most cases, you will see the name of the person who is hiring for that particular job. Open their profile, send them a connection request. Now, there are high chances that the person will not accept your connection request. So what you can additionally do is try reaching out to other people from the same company that they are and send connection requests to them. Now, if the recruiter sees that you have mutual connections, then the chances of your request getting accepted increases. Also, if your profile is optimized and looks nice, then that too increases the chances of your connection request being accepted. Quick tip, do not send a personal note that, hey, my name is Shashank and I'm looking to apply for an internship, please accept me. Don't do that. Because adding a note sometimes can make it look desperate. Just send a connection request and stop at that particular moment. Third, in case people do not accept your connection request, what you should do is try to find their email IDs. Now you will ask me, Shashank, how do I find email IDs? I'll tell you how to do that. There are very interesting tools which can help you identify email IDs of people you want to connect with. So what you need to do is go and download Chrome extensions of Apollo.io or Contact Out or Lusha. There are many companies like these which help you identify email IDs. Once you have downloaded the extension and validated it, open the LinkedIn profile of the person you want to get the email ID of. Then click on Contact Out or Apollo.io. Then you will see an option which says Show Email. Click on that. and most probably you will find the email ID that you're looking for. Now, in some rare cases, you may not find the email ID, or the email ID that you get could be incorrect. So don't lose heart. Identify other people in the company and get their email IDs. Please note, I still haven't told you what to do with the email IDs or what to do after your connection request gets accepted. Do not start messaging or emailing them left, right, and center. Hold on. Now, just like life and chemistry, there are exceptions, and there may be cases in which you have the job description, but you cannot see who is hiring for that particular job position. So what do you do in such cases? I'll tell you what to do. Number one, open the company page which is hiring for that position, then click on the people section. And then you will be able to see all the associated employees and members who are connected with that company. The third step, go and search for HR or search for talent acquisition. And then you will be able to find profiles of HR professionals or talent acquisition people who are connected with that company. So these people perhaps are the ones who have posted that job description. Repeat the same process. Send them connection requests, identify their email IDs, and track it down on an Excel sheet. Now, suppose you have applied for 20 jobs or 20 internships. Ideally, in this case, you would have sent about 60-70 connection requests to different people. You ideally should have about 40-50 email IDs. To make it easier, put all of that in an Excel sheet. For example, what you can do is name of the company, category, and then you can write the LinkedIn profile of the company page. Then you can add the job posting link, and then you can add columns of associated people who may be relevant for that particular job. So this way you will be able to keep a track of your communication and messaging that you are doing. Now, I'm gonna tell you what to do with the email IDs and the connection requests that have been accepted. Number one, open LinkedIn, go to jobs, and then you will see a button which says My Jobs. Click on that, and then there will be another button which says Jobs Applied. Click on that and you will be able to see a list of all the companies for which you have applied or sent your resumes. Please note, this is only for the companies which you have applied using the Easy Apply button, right? So when you see the list, you will be able to see if the company has downloaded your resume, or if they have viewed your application, or if they have shortlisted you, right? So just have a note of this and see what the company has done to your resume or not. The next step is where you start using the email IDs and the connection requests that you have received. So find the email ID of the recruiter, send them a nice message with a cover letter saying why should you be shortlisted for that particular job, and attach your resume. Please note, you don't want to send LinkedIn message and email messaging at the same time. Don't do that. Either send a message on LinkedIn or send an email. I would recommend the first message that you're doing as a cold reach out should be on email. So for example, one of the things that I would do when I was applying for job opportunities would be, number one, hey, my name is Shashank, my experience is this, and here are 3 reasons why you should consider my application. 1, 2, 3. And then I would write, attached is my resume for referral, and then the resume was attached, right? So this is number one that you need to do. Send a nice email with a cover letter. Please do not send emails just with your resume saying that, hey, look at my resume and give me a job. No, the email should be able to give the recruiter a good idea of who you are, and it should be crisp enough that they don't end up spending a lot of time reading your email. For example, if somebody is looking for a mobile app developer who can develop applications for Apple ecosystem specifically, in such cases, you should highlight that, hey, these are some of the applications that I have built, and add links to your project so that the people, when they open your resume or they're opening the email, they are able to reference your work, and that increases the chances of you getting shortlisted. Third, please note that sending just one email is not going to guarantee that you will get a reply. It takes time and it takes multiple follow-up messages before you get noticed or you get a reply. So suppose you have sent a message on day 1 on email, wait for 2 days. If you have not received a reply, then you can write another follow-up email saying that, hey, I had written to you last time. Did you have a chance to go through my message? And perhaps add another pointer which can add value, right? Do not send messages like question mark, please reply, why have you not replied, etc. Those are unprofessional approaches of trying to get a reply. Another thing that you can do is, there's another cool tool which allows you to track the emails. Meaning, if I have sent an email to Swaroop, I can check using that software if Swaroop has opened my email or not. So downloading a tool like MailTrack could really help you track your emails. The follow-up process, suppose one mail was sent on day 1, day 4 you send another email. After that, if you still have not received a reply, you can perhaps drop them a message on LinkedIn that, hey, I had written an email to you. Did you have a chance to go through it? I'm sorry if I'm disturbing you, but I thought I will reach out to you on LinkedIn as well, and then attach your resume again. Ideally, you should be sending out 3 to 4 follow-up messages and space it out. 2 days, 3 days, 5 days, and give the recruiter enough time so that they can look and reply. If you're still not getting a reply after 4 responses, then it's a good idea to stop sending messages. The idea is to send messages which are thoughtful, and at the same time can give the recruiter a good idea of who you are and what can you do for the organization. So do not send random messages which is not adding any value and just irritating the other person who is reading your emails or messages. Overall tip, do not get discouraged if you're not getting a reply or if you're getting no from many recruiters. Getting a rejection is a big part of your life. Many of the entrepreneurs that you follow and love have been rejected multiple times by customers and potential investors, but the idea is they kept going. A lot of techies that you will see who are working at dream companies like Google, Microsoft, they too must have been rejected multiple times. So if you're getting rejected or ignored at one place, apply at 10. If you're getting rejected and ignored at 10, apply at 100. Increase your chances of getting noticed by increasing the sample space for the number of internships or jobs you're applying for. Now, LinkedIn is not the only place where you can find internships. There are some other hidden gems where you can find good and great opportunities for yourself. For example, number 1, Y Combinator. It is one of the most famous startup incubators across the world, and it has hosted many famous companies like Stripe, Razorpay, Airbnb, etc. So go to the Y Combinator website. Then there will be a section which says jobs. And in this section, you will be able to see the jobs available at all the portfolio companies of Y Combinator. So click on internships and you'll be able to see a list of companies. Click apply, go find the person who is hiring for that, search them on LinkedIn, get their email ID, send them a connection request, and repeat everything that I told you in the last part of this video. And just like YC, there are multiple other venture capital firms which have similar job listing pages. Like if you go to Peak XV Ventures, you will see a page. If you go to Bloom Ventures, you will see similar pages. If you go to Antler, again, you will see similar pages. So hunt internship and job opportunities by going to such websites and then identifying the internships that may interest you and matches the skills that you have. Number 2, you can go to a platform called Wellfound. Earlier, it was called AngelList, and it is founded by the legendary entrepreneur Naval Ravikant. It is another great place where you can find internships. Just go to the section, search for internships, add the skills that you want to get an internship into, and then you will see a list of companies. Now, the good part about hunting for internships on Y Combinator or Wellfound and other venture capital firms could be, there are chances that you can discover internships which are outside India, or you can discover some really cool companies where you have the chance to work at. Long story short, applying for an internship is one thing, but getting shortlisted is another. Just clicking on the apply button is no guarantee that you will get shortlisted. To get noticed, you need to put in more work, you need to put in a lot of hard work. So send follow-up messages, be very proactive in doing that, and ensure that your communication is crisp and adding value rather than sending informal messages. So if you found this video helpful, share this video with that one friend who could benefit out of this. And here comes the surprise part. For selected viewers, we have a surprise for you. So what you need to do is go to LinkedIn, share this video, write 3 things that you have learned from this, tag Scalar School of Technology, and some of the people whose posts are really good will get a surprise from us. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.